Hi there, Joan Cosmichuk, your seasonal color, style, and confidence coach. I get asked a question all the time by seasonal color consultants who are either new to the field or who've been in a little while and who've been struggling. How do you get your clients? How do you keep clients coming to you? And it's often a challenge for many people. They have this great gift of doing seasonal color analysis, but they don't really know how to market themselves. And sometimes they hire these marketers and it just doesn't really work out. And I did a lot of trial and error, and this is something that I found worked for me, and I really believe has worked for almost everybody that I have mentored over the years, and that is to find yourself an influencer. So first of all, of course, you have to know who is your ideal client. Is your ideal client a mom in her 20s? Is it a corporate working woman in her 30s or 40s? Is it a retiree in her 60s plus? Know who your ideal client is, and then you're going to be able to look for the people who target your ideal client. Now, an influencer is a person who just has some magic thing about their personality, and they can very quickly convince everybody else to jump on whatever bandwagon they're currently riding. If you have ever been influenced by a person like this, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes we're influenced by our friends, right? Whatever they tell us, like they are so enthusiastic about it that we find ourselves joining classes we never thought about taking, reading books we wouldn't have read, trying out, a new coffee shop just because they are so enthusiastic about it. Next thing you know, we're on their weight loss program, their vitamins, whatever. We just jump on board because they're really good at influencing us. But on a bigger scale, we have influencers in our life who are often either within our community or online. And those are the people that I'm talking about, where you want to look and see who else out there is serving and influencing your ideal client, either in your local community or in an online community. If you think about a ideal target audience of, say, I want to help women who are in the process of losing weight to feel really good about themselves by knowing their best colors and helping them now dress their new bodies. That's a very specific ideal client. So who are you going to find that would be your influencer? Well, it's probably someone in your community who is supporting these individuals in their weight loss goals. It might be someone who's running the local Weight Watchers. It might be someone who is working in the medical field helping people with losing weight. It could be a coach, a life coach that you're following online who is working with this exact same group. And that is going to be the person who you might want to target yourself and see if you can approach them. And I say with an offer and an ask. So if you have someone who you think, gosh, my ideal client are all, doing whatever this person tells them to do, and we would work really well together, then it's a good idea to, in person or online, introduce yourself, introduce your business, and say, I'm wondering if I could offer you a free color and style consultation, and my ask would be, and then you can determine what it is you want to ask them for. You could ask that they would invite you to speak to their group. You could ask that they would just, if they're happy with the results, that they would share with others that you are the one who helped them on that journey. Maybe the ask is that they would have you on an online interview or on a podcast channel. You determine what it is you want to offer and what it is you want as the ask. Not everybody's going to say yes, but more that often than not, people are going to be very excited to have the opportunity to have their colors done if they haven't already. And as long as you do a really good and great job, these people are just naturally influencing others to do whatever it is they've done. So you're going to definitely get referrals from that person. Now, I want to help you to focus in on who you want as an influencer, because you could find someone online who has an international audience. But if you only do in-person and you don't do virtual color consultations, then it's probably going to not be as beneficial to you to have that big international person promoting your business as it would be to have someone who has a more local audience like you do and is the same local audience as you have. So when you're choosing that influence, think about their ideal client, who they're serving. How great is their influence? Like, does everybody just do what they ask? And how big is their following? Is it a few people, or is it hundreds or thousands of people? Because that is really going to help you tap into a much larger market. But even if it's just a few hundred people, if they are really on board and can get everybody else on board to do this, then think about all of the people that 100 people also know. And so that's how you're going to grow your business very quickly. It's just like lighting a match on fire and watching it, go burn all the way. So that is just a really practical way to figure out how to get someone in your business to support you. Now, this is very different from like a referral arrangement that you might have with someone, like maybe a hairdresser. You say, oh, can I put some of my cards here and I'll take your cards, and for my clients who want to have their hair done, I will refer them to you. And maybe a makeup artist has similar kind of exchange. That's different. That's not an influencer. That's not someone who's going to talk you up. That's not someone who has an audience who, like, whatever this person does, they want to do too. They want to be in on it. So those are the people who are really going to get you on fire. The referral people, they're great. They're good, long, steady, slow relationships that you build and that will occasionally bring you clients. But if you want to get a real kickstart to your business, find an influencer, somebody who has the ear of many of your ideal clients, somebody who's so evangelistic in the way they share things, and then do a bang up job with their seasonal color. And if you do style, with their style, do before and afters, try to get as much visibility with that relationship as you can on your end, as well as counting on them to give you a lot of visibility on their end. So that's my tip to you to really help your business to get up and going. I'm telling you, it'll give you the kickstart like no other type of marketing will do. And it's takes a little bit of research, takes a little bit of time with the coming up with what your offer is going to be, as well as your ask. You want to make sure that it's a fair proposition for both of you and that you both get equal value out of the exchange. But I know it's going to help your business grow. And if it does, I'd love you to pop in the comments and just tell me how it went. That would be awesome. Thanks now, and have a great day.